Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Suds News Live on Monday, January 13th, 2025. And we are here to talk all about the happenings in Port Charles, New York for General Hospital. Hey, Steve, welcome to the chat. I am Vinny, as always. This is Angela, petting her cat, and her cat's making a cameo on screen today.
Yes, this is Loca, one of my kitties. Wanted some love. I am good. How are you, Vin?
I am doing good. It's been a great week. You know, and it's like I know that we go against the grain all the time here, according to the internet soap community, but I have been enjoying this week's General Hospital.
Love it. I've been loving General Hospital. It's so soapy.
It is.
And yes, we hate Drew, but we love to hate him.
Yeah.
You know, and same with Willow, and same with, you know, we lost a giant.
Yes.
In Leslie Charlson yesterday. Yes. And when we lose Monica Quartermain, it'll be the same effect. But I mean, she was not always the matriarch,
right,
that she is today. She was messy. She was, you know, she had an affair with Alan's nephew. She didn't know who AJ's daddy was. Her and Alan had affairs. They tried to kill each other.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Monica Quartermain was a messy bitch.
She really was.
And we loved her for it.
We did. No, you're absolutely right.
Because that's soaps, baby.
Exactly. It's, you know, and it's like there's so many people, and I'm sorry, but the one thing I do have to sound off on is, you know, the fact that somebody came onto Twitter after, you know, finding out that Leslie Charlson passed away and been like, oh, Frank's going to screw this up, and why couldn't we at least get another scene with her and Jason, and, you know, they should, you know, and it's like going on and on and on. It's like she just died. Like, have some respect.
Oh, baby, I saw worse. I saw somebody said in reply to one of the announcements of her death said it should have been Frank and the evil writers instead.
I saw that too.
I was like, wait, what? Yeah. Are you people kidding me?
Yep.
Turn off the show. Too. You know, stop watching if you're wishing death on real people.
I saw somebody wishing death on Cameron Mack in that way too. Saying that it should have been,
I am so disgusted by this kind of crap. And yes, it would have been great to have another Monica and Jason scene with Leslie and Steve. They always worked great together.
Yep.
But she hasn't been up to coming back since he's been back. Her last scenes were before then.
Yeah, December of 2023.
Exactly. So, and he didn't come back until March, right? He started back in March.
February.
So that's just how it goes. The show wasn't wronging her, wasn't bringing her on because they didn't want to. She wasn't able to do it. They said she died after a long illness.
Yep.
The woman was sick. She couldn't, you know, I'm just, sorry, I'm just getting all kinds of worked up. These people are testing me, Vinny. They are testing me.
We will be having a new episode of Angela Answers Fan Mail very soon.
Yes.
But I do want to point out, again, welcome to everybody who's watching. We are live on Twitch. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Facebook. We're live multiple places. Definitely join in the conversation. Go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe to our page and hit that notification bell. We do have a new logo, which is up in the corner, just made by Mike from the Run-In podcast, and I like it. So, also, I do want to go ahead and, again, recognize not only do we lose Leslie Charlson, we also lost a wrestling icon in Black Bart over the weekend. after a bout with cancer. He trained the likes of JBL, Booker T, and helped to train all of them in the Texas area. He passed away from cancer. So we lost two Titans over the past week. One from soaps, one from wrestling. So our condolences go out to those the family and friends and fans of those. But also real life, and I did put up an apology about it. I did post that was in poor taste. Um, it was meant to be a joke, but the fires in LA are real. The wildfires, and as far as I know, they're still going on.
They are. I got some messages about you, boy, and usually that's not how it goes. Usually it's the other way around. I got some messages going, you need to take care of your boy there. And I'm like, what did he do? I was asleep.
But so yeah, I apologize. It was in poor taste. And speaking of which, Cameron Matheson was one of the people that did lose his home in the fires, along with a multitude of others. And you could say what you want about actors. The fact of the matter is, they're still people. They still have memories in the houses.
And that's the thing, is that with a lot, like with Cameron and his wife, they raised their kids lived there their entire lives. He saved all of his kids' school projects, all of the. He said that he took as many photo albums as he could find, but he only had like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And I look around my house and I'm just like, I couldn't even imagine.
As far as I know, Steve, that's fake news. I don't think GH has paused filming at all because of the fires.
They paused Thursday and Friday.
Okay. So
they went dark Thursday and Friday. They were scheduled to film. They went dark Thursday and Friday. They started back up today.
Okay. So it's not something that's long. It's just a couple of days.
It was just a couple of days. Bold and Young and the Restless are both still paused, but their cast has suffered a lot more damage so far than the GH cast has. And they film in a different location as well, which might be in closer proximity.
Yeah.
Because the Pasadena and Eaton fires are less than 20% contained already. So and the winds kicked back up again last night, and they're doing it again tonight. And it's just a nightmare scenario. I feel my heart just goes out to them, to everybody over there. The San Andreas are insane.
My biggest thing is, how do these wildfires get started? My wife is telling me that one of the rumors, and I don't know how true it is or not, but it was based off of somebody lost a pair of glasses and the sun reflected off of it, setting a tree on fire in the forest.
No,
I don't know how it's
a lot of them are actually started by arson.
Really?
And I know that the Pacific Palisades one started in somebody's backyard, but I think it was an accident. But also, it's been very, very dry.
Yeah.
California is in a drought. They got like a serious, serious drought, which means the trees are very dry. The power lines are always problematic in the trees in that situation. And it's just, but a lot of the times they are arson.
Wow.
Or a campfire out of control or something like that. They always can usually determine.
Yeah.
Where one started and how. They're really, really good at it. But right now, they're more concerned with trying to stop it.
Right.
Because they're raging. And the problem with these winds is that a couple embers will travel 50 miles and start a whole new fire.
Yeah. It's true.
And there's no way of predicting, there's no way of controlling, they cannot control it. And they're using the sea scoopers out of Canada, but they can't operate in these winds. In 100-mile-an-hour winds. The helicopters can't operate in those winds, and the sea scoopers can't go at night because they have to go down too low. And there's not enough light because they go down, they scoop water out of the ocean.
Yeah.
So basically landing on the, top of the, but they have to be able to see because there's just not enough light out there
Right.
for them to do it at night. So it's it's just like a perfect storm scenario. Everything that could be going wrong is going wrong.
Yeah. It is sad. Our thoughts. I mean, being on the East Coast, we have our own we have our own stuff to deal with when it comes to hurricanes.
Everywhere has its shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have the blizzards, the Midwest, the tornadoes, the South, the hurricanes, and the earthquakes and I mean, it's all getting worse and worse everywhere. And
Yeah.
we're getting more hurricanes up here along with the blizzards, and the South is blanketed in snow right now.
Yeah. Which is crazy because
Yeah.
dusting and snow in the South shuts down because they're not equipped for it.
Yeah, they don't have the equipment. I remember when I lived out, because I grew up in California on Edwards Air Force Base, and
Yep.
it's in the middle of the Mojave Desert, and I was out there for 8 years, and every year we'd get like just a dust in one day, and the whole place would close down though, because they had no salt sanders, they had no plows, nobody had a snow shovel. You just waited till it melted away.
Wow.
But for at least that day, everything in the base would be shut down. They couldn't launch off the planes.
Yep. I was working as customer service at one point for the Dallas Morning News, and this was a couple of years ago when Dallas is North Texas, but you don't think of Texas for having snow, but Dallas had an ice storm, and the power was out for weeks for people in Dallas because of the ice storm, and they just could not function. It's just amazing to me, and it's like, and again, you think of it, the Northeast, where we get snow. We go to school in the snow if it's like 3 or 4 inches. Anything over that, then they close school. But
I remember when we were kids, if the teachers could get there, you were getting there.
Exactly. Yeah.
They didn't care if it was 2 feet high. If the teachers can get there, but now the teachers live further and further out.
Yep, you're right.
So that's why they close school. They don't close school for the kids.
No.
They close school because they're not going to have enough staff to deal with those minions. That's why they, make no mistake. That's always been the case. Is they close school when they're not going to have the staff for it, because the kids will get their butts there.
Yeah. All right. So while we're, before we get into NEGH, I do want to let everybody know the Dockside at the Bay did return last week from its holiday hiatus. It is up now on YouTube and the RSS feed, the podcast feed, but also it's up on our Patreon, patreon.com/Suds and Squared Circle. You can go ahead and subscribe. It's $5 a month, and you get everything early and ad free before it hits the RSS feed for any of our pre-taped stuff. But this show will always be live, so you will always get this live that happens and ad free. When it gets the RSS feed, yes, you do get ads. But it is what it is. So go to our Patreon page, patreon.com/Suds and Squared Circle. Also, if you do want to help out, I do have a project that I'm working on. I already talked to Angela about it in April. We've mentioned it that Finola Hughes, Laura Wright, and Charles Major are coming to Stamford, Connecticut, and we will be going, getting VIP meet and greet, the whole shebang. We are going to gift Laura Wright a Lifetime Achievement Award. So in order to get that made, if you want to help out with that funding, go ahead and go to buymeacoffee.com/Suds Media, and you can donate to help us get that. That's I'm going to get, based on the theme of our network, it's going to be a championship belt, and we're going to present it to her. So to help out, to offset the cost of that, definitely helps out. buymeacoffee.com/Suds Media, and whatever you donate helps.
And anybody who donates, will be giving her a card with it, and everybody's who donates names will be in it along with ours.
Yes, exactly. So that will be that. You will be mentioned as a thank you. All right, so as we get into General Hospital more and more, I'm loving it, and I've been having arguments left and right with people
Oh God,
because
yes. You should share a Zoom. You should delve into our daily live, because we do the daily live watch Zoom. If anybody wants to join us, you are more than welcome to. Just message me for the link. We watch live every day at 2:00 Eastern time, and we chat during the commercials. Or argue, more like. Everyone is welcome as long as they can play nice. Dissenting views are allowed. Just be prepared to back up. But everybody loves who they loves and hate who they hate. And oh yeah, it's been.
So,
but this is the thing, is that if we're talking about it, we're engaged.
Yes, exactly.
And that's what you want from a soap. And even if it's infuriating, even if you're furious at what's going on, it's still escapism.
Yeah,
it's still that hour respite from your life where you can be annoyed by something else.
Yeah, no, and here's the thing. I think people are trying to put too much realism into the soap opera and what their expectations are. And it's like, and I'm not somebody that's going to bash other podcasts or whatever, but I just feel like too many people are saying, oh, well, that wouldn't happen in real life, or that wouldn't happen in this or that. Folks, it's a soap opera. It's for entertainment purposes. Right. It's to escape. There may not be logic to it. You can't put logic to an illogical show.
Okay, time for my little PSA. You know what else you don't see in real life?
Yeah.
Weather machines that can freeze the world controlled by a giant diamond. You don't see mind mapping and memories being downloaded to a USB drive.
Right, exactly.
You don't see a mask that can not only change your face, eye color, but also your voice, body composition, hair, the whole nine.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, knock it off. Yeah, exactly. None of us have an alien from, named Casey living above our garage. And if you do, I don't judge. I'm just saying.
Right.
My Lord.
Yes. By the way, I do want to mention, for those of you who are watching, and Steve pointed out in the chat, if you like this hoodie, it is one of the logos for Dockside at the Bay, because I keep saying it's like the ECW of soap operas. So I use the ECW font for Doc effing Side. So, with that said, this was made by Creations by Riss. Definitely look them up on Facebook and go ahead and like it. And that's not the only thing I've had, made by them. I had the cups made by them last year, as well as magnets of the Suds and Square Circle logo. But yes, this was made by Creations by Riss. So go check them out on Facebook and elsewhere, and they'll take care of you. And the other Steve in the chat says they need the weather machine to help with the LA fires. So that would be nice at this point in time.
Oh God. Yeah, it really would.
Yeah, where is Victor Cassadine with the
I know.
Ice Princess? All right. Well, let's get on to it. We had a lot of stuff happen, and one of the biggest things was on Monday. Was it Monday or Tuesday? We were preempted, so it was Monday. That juxtaposition of
Drew and
Willow getting it on, and Michael being on fire.
It was so soapy. I know that so many people hated it, but it was soapy. It was clink boom. It was hate sex while Jason was getting shot.
Yep.
It was Lily getting blown up in the car bomb while Jackson and Brenda were toasting their marriage. That's what it was. It was classic soap, and it was delicious.
It was. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Me too.
and it's like you could feel, and the whole point of it is to feel bad for the Michael character
Right.
and to hate Drew and Willow. Now,
Yes.
I know Cameron, and I gotta give it to Cameron Matheson because he's been playing his character to a T.
Mm-hmm.
And in the press, in the in the soap media, he's been saying that this is the start of a super couple with him and Willow, and he's playing into it. And I
Mm-hmm.
have to give him credit for keeping it up. People
Oh,
are
he
hating
is.
Drew, and
Mm-hmm.
you know what? I love it.
Me too.
I am loving it. And yeah, sure, I'd love to see Jason go beat up Drew again.
Oh yeah, he definitely needs to, and Sonny needs to get a smack upside the head too, because
Oh,
my God,
Sonny folds way too easily for being a mob
I'm
boss.
like, I want to play poker with that guy. I swear to Christ. And then, I mean, he didn't even get her to give up the healthcare proxy.
No,
What the? And
it was
poor
just to
Carly
see
is
Michael.
poor Carly is so shell shocked right now. She's just like doesn't even know what's happening.
But see, here's the thing that I don't get, because Willow and Drew come out and Willow says I make I'm Michael's next of kin and I make all the decisions. Not once did she say she was going to ban them from seeing Michael. It was just she made the decisions.
Oh no, they said that it would be they talked about how it would be up to her who could see him, and Carly was like, I can't believe you're going to keep us away, and Willow didn't deny that that's what she was threatening.
Right.
So, and Drew was egging it on.
Yeah. Oh, oh my God. Drew was, it's so funny because during that whole time frame, and this was what was happening today on today's show. He was like, Carly is verbally manipulating you. And I'm like,
right?
that's exactly what you're doing and what you have been doing this whole time.
And I'm just sitting there going, the mere fact that Carly has not smacked the taste out of anybody's mouths. Steve, Cameron's house was not burning down while Michael was on fire, because Michael was on fire on Monday and the Cameron's house sadly was burned out on Tuesday. But yeah, people are crazy. Yeah, I mean, I am waiting. I can't wait, because at some point Carly is going to unleash hell.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, she is just, Laura Wright's playing the hell out of this shit.
Yeah.
She's just, she is so beside herself. She can't even function right now. Her baby being in this position, and it's Michael.
Yeah.
And she had said a few weeks ago on Steve's podcast, she was like, Carly loves all of her kids, but Michael, that's her baby. That's her firstborn who made her a mom. And there's a special thing there. And, and they've been here before.
Yes.
And I just want to say to all of the people on soap Twitter blaming Carly, Michael is in his mid-30s.
Yes.
He has cut Sonny out of his life multiple times,
mm-hmm.
and gone back with no urging from Carly.
Right.
Carly is not at fault for his ass being in Sonny's penthouse the other day.
No.
In any way, shape, or form.
Exactly.
I'm done with this nonsense.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And, it's just absolutely ridiculous because I lost my train of thought. I don't know where I was going with that. But it is absolutely ridiculous with, people blaming Carly because, right. She had nothing to do with this at all. In fact, it was Sonny's lifestyle that did this. Right. We still don't know what happened. We still don't know we have ideas, but we still don't know who actually set the bomb off.
It's Sidwell.
Yeah, that's what we think.
Yeah. And that's not mob though. That's like WSB stuff.
Right.
I mean, Sonny's involved with it because he was the one fencing Holly's diamonds for her, but it's not mobster stuff. It's more WSB kind of thing. Not that it's Jack's fault. This is still, Sonny. This is, again, a failure of Sonny and his security. Just like with Michael when he got shot. And again, not Carly's fault.
Right.
Because Michael was never even supposed to be with Sonny at the warehouse, and Sonny had called off all his guards so he could prove to Kate that his life was safe. That's not what Carly signed up for with him.
Yeah, exactly.
And somebody got a bomb into his penthouse. It's not even like it's the house with a ton of people coming in and out.
Right, exactly.
It's and one Michael door. Heard it ticking. I'm just like... Did it just start ticking? I don't understand what's happening here.
One of the rumors is that it was dropped into the chimney.
The fireplace?
Yeah, dropped into the chimney from a drone.
It also could have been on a timer to start ticking.
Yeah. But again, somebody would have to get it in there.
Right.
So it's just...
But, I mean, we didn't see Sonny's bodyguard.
Nope.
In all of the brouhaha, so he wasn't there.
Right, exactly.
That man is a mess.
Jason and Sonny both jumped into action at that point in time.
Yes.
Jason said that, Jason told Sonny to go call 911. He ran in. Right. They covered him with a blanket.
I also love all the people going, Jason saved Sonny first over Michael. No, he didn't. Sonny didn't need saving.
They weren't.
Sonny wasn't in the fire.
Right.
Jason pushed Sonny away and said, go call 911. And he rushed in to save Michael. He didn't want to have to save both of their asses.
Oh, Quiet Star Drew has been a heel this entire year.
But he's so exciting and fun. Before then, he's so boring. Drewfus is so boring. Well, he's not boring anymore, is he?
No, you're
Mr.
absolutely right.
Svengali. It's great. It's fun. It's soapy.
It is. I mean, Drew's been a heel for quite a while at this point, but now he's got a front burn storyline.
And this is Drew. He's always been, since Jason came back, the character of Drew has operated on grievance.
Yep.
He was so mad. Like a lot of people say Sonny and Carly dumped Drew as soon as Jason came back, but that's not true. Drew and Sonny weren't as close anymore, but him and Carly were still BFFs. But Drew's thing is he pushed Carly away. Carly said, we will figure this out. You are still important to me. We will figure this out. But he wanted nothing to do with her because she refused to believe he was real Jason.
Right.
He cut her off. Yeah. She accepted it. She was like, yeah, whatever, fine, and accepted it. She didn't chase him. But he has been one who operated on grievance always. So,
Drew is somebody who likes to play like he's in the shadow of Jason.
Yeah.
And, he wants to be the more popular one, which is probably why he got into politics. But
in a lot of ways, they're kind of giving him the AJ storyline without the background for it. You know what I mean? Because AJ was always the black sheep and Jason was the golden boy. That was his nickname.
Right.
AJ used to call him Golden Boy.
Yeah.
Because he was the favorite. And, AJ was the black sheep. Jason was, Mr. Dudley Do Right, could do no wrong. And then when Jason bumped his head and, while AJ was driving and became, the mobster with the heart of gold, and he was still the favorite.
Yeah.
AJ lost his shit because he's like, what the hell? How am I still the black sheep? He literally kills people for a living. What do I have to do?
Yeah.
So AJ operated largely on grievance too, but he had cause for it.
Yeah.
So Drew, I don't know what the hell his problem is. Sorry, I'm just grabbing some more water.
Yeah, I don't know. It's almost like when Jason came back this time and Drew broke up with Carly and said, you're going to go back to Jason, or since Jason's alive, whatever, he'll always be first. I can understand wanting to be preemptive, but at the same time, he almost took that choice out of Carly's hands.
He completely took it out of Carly's hands.
Yeah, instead of saying, now that Jason is back, I still love you, I still want to be with you, but I need to know you're committed to me, or something to that effect. Instead, he's like, I'm just going to let you go because Jason's home.
And Carly's just like, I love you. I don't want to end this. There's no reason we have to end this. And he was just like, well, you love. And it's not that Drew spoke any word of a lie.
Right.
Jason is always her number one. And yeah. I said it. I got a lot of hate for it because we had a crew group chat. And I loved Carly and Drew. But from day one, I said it. And I would say it in our little group chat. They don't work with Jason on canvas. And it's not even from Carly's side. It's from Drew's. He would never be okay with their relationship, even if it was just friendly. But he would never be okay after what happened with Sam.
But outside of Sonny and Carly, any relationship that Carly is in, Jason comes first.
Jason comes first over Sonny as well.
Jason comes first over Sonny, but what I mean is, Sonny and Carly works because Jason always takes that backseat to Sonny. Whereas anybody else, we see the budding romance between Jack and Carly, and Jason is,
not happy. Hell, Jason not being happy about it was part of his 2025 preview.
Yeah.
And it's funny, too, because I always see people complaining about Carly being all up in Jason's relationships as though that's not completely mutual.
Exactly.
As though he wasn't, partner number 3 in the marriage between Sonny and Carly, as though he didn't demand she end multiple relationships, as though he didn't, tell Jack when Jax told him to stay out of his marriage with Carly, he said, she's my best friend, I'm not staying out of anything. It's just, they are both equally up each other's ass.
They are. Yeah.
And they are like, I remember when Carly told Britt that she was the price of admission, and a lot of people were pissed, but it's true.
Yeah.
Whether Carly and Jason are together or not, whether they even actively want to be together or not, they are front and center in each other's lives. They come first for each other.
Exactly.
Even at times that they shouldn't, but that is just the reality.
Yes.
And in real life, no one would put up with that shit. No. However, on a soap opera, I've never understood anybody wanting their fave with Jason if their fave wasn't Carly, because that dynamic is never going to be broken. I know people are hoping that their girl will be the one.
Yeah.
But it's never going to happen. That stunted man-child, he's 51 now, the character of Jason.
Yeah.
He ain't changing. Right. Maybe if, he goes riding with another drunk driver, but even then I'd be very surprised because so that's so Drew spoke no word of a lie, but Carly didn't do anything wrong to deserve it. And she certainly, if this is some, like, I know a lot of people think this is like Drew's revenge, Carly didn't do shit to deserve revenge from him.
No, exactly.
So
but it's like Drew, in my opinion, he sees that Willow is putting him up on a pedestal like Carly does to Jason, and now he's feeling that, he wants to feel that importance. She's somebody who looks up to him. Oh, you're my savior, and he's enjoying it. He's enjoying it, and I feel like with the way it's gone now, he's no longer. It's no longer a triangle. Nina's out of the picture. When it comes to Drew.
Well, Cameron had said that Drew hasn't slept with Nina since kissing Willow, and we haven't seen any love scenes between them.
I could have sworn they did do something in the office after the 4th of July.
I don't remember that they did. No.
I don't know. I'll look at that. But I thought so, but
Or
I
maybe
could be
he
wrong.
said after the second kiss. I can't remember. Anyway, but yeah, they definitely have made the turn and decided that it's going to be Drew, and and I think Nina's a little butthurt over that.
Oh yeah.
I think that there's a little butthurt over that with Nina.
Well, there absolutely is. I mean, we've
Yeah.
seen it. Her conversations with Ava and Curtis,
Mhm.
and just the fact that you know, now Nina is going to work with Curtis to go back at Drew, and
Yeah.
it's like she's playing two ends against the middle because she loves her daughter and doesn't trust Drew around her daughter. So it's
But she could
like
also very quickly solve that problem. However,
you alienate.
being
She
honest
alienates
with her
her.
daughter is not worth her,
Right.
she's not willing to sacrifice herself for her daughter's sake,
Yeah,
which
exactly.
is typical with Willow. But I remembered Carly saying to Drew after she saw the video, "Wow, you finally found somebody who'll put you first."
Yeah. Yep.
And that's the thing. But I mean, if he wants revenge against anybody, it should be Nina. And
Right.
Carly was also right. He didn't go to prison for her.
No, he didn't.
He went
He
for
said,
himself, and
yep.
she begged him not to take that plea deal. She wanted to fight it.
Yeah.
And when the SEC came calling, they told her that they were trying to get her to turn on Drew, and they told her, "You aren't who our target is. He is.
Yeah.
He was the target,
Yep.
not her, because
Yep.
he was the CEO."
He chose to plead guilty because he said
Right,
it would be a lesser sentence and
right,
he would get a slap on the wrist.
right. And Carly begged him not to do that. She begged him to withdraw the plea when the judge was,
Yep.
turning it on its head. She's the reason he got out of prison,
Yep.
because she went to Alexis and got her to talk to the
Judge or
judge
whatever.
who was being, yeah. So, Carly's why he got out.
Yep.
Carly's not why he went in. And she wasn't, I know that the whole insider trading thing was her, but that was not malicious on her part. She was trying to help them.
Right. Exactly.
And then making it insider trading after the fact was just stupid because it wasn't inside information. Everybody knew about it.
No, if anything was insider trading, it was what Michael and Curtis did.
Right. That was fucking insider trading.
That was insider trading. Yes.
And that was intentional insider trading.
Exactly. So,
but this wasn't, Drew wasn't.
No, exactly. All right. So I do want to bring something up, which has been grinding my gears for like the past couple of weeks, and we talked about it last week, I think. This whole idea that people are putting Sasha and Jason together in a relationship. I don't see it. I don't think
that's what they're doing. Yeah, I think that Michael is going to ask him to take care of Sasha and the baby, to look out for them while he's gone, because I'm pretty sure they're going to be sending Michael to a rehab facility of some sort, a burn, whatever.
Right.
But I mean, they totally just escalated her feelings for Michael.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine them doing both of Michael's women with his uncles, especially the uncle that's like a father to him.
Yeah.
I can't see it. Especially with Sasha having feelings for Michael.
Right. And like you said, I can understand Jason taking care of the baby, of Sasha and the baby, and this and that. That I understand. That makes sense. But not a relationship between Jason and Sasha. That's not going to happen.
And here's my thing too, is like, because a lot of people are like, "Oh, he's going to say he's the baby's father." Why? Right. There's no reason for him to say he's the baby's father. She's already told Maxie that she doesn't know who the father was. It was just a one-night stand. So there's no reason for somebody to step in and say, "Oh no, I'm the father."
Right.
You know what I mean? There's no reason for it.
There's no video of Michael and Sasha. There's no.
The only one who knows is Jason.
Right.
I'm pretty sure Carly's going to know, because I think it's going to be Carly and Jason taking care of Sasha.
Oh yeah, that makes total sense.
Laura Wright said that she's going to be Sasha's best friend when she finds out that she's pregnant with Michael's baby.
Yeah.
So there's no reason whatsoever for, I don't see why they would do it. You never know, they could. I don't, usually I can see how the path connects, and I just don't see it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I really, really, really think that Chad's going to be back sooner rather than later. His interview, the second part of his State of Mind interview with Mo was this weekend, and he said, and like this was the, they were talking about, one, Chad loves the story, contrary to probably people thinking it's so horrible how Michael's he thinks it's great soap, and he's right.
Yeah.
But he was talking about Frank, and he said that he was really, really great. And the quote was that he was so appreciative that Frank left the door open for when he wants to return.
Yeah.
Not if,
right.
When.
Yeah.
And really, everything tells me that this isn't about pursuing other opportunities or anything like that. It's about him getting his shit straight mentally and stuff like that after the death of his father. I think he's back in time for Sasha to have the baby.
I think so too. I would probably start to say the same thing. You know, and because if it was going to be a long-term exit, it would have been something different. It would have been Michael dying and then coming back, or you know what I mean, just having to.
They could have sent him to prison.
Right.
They could have sent him to jail for the insider trading thing.
They could have. Absolutely. Yeah. So I agree with you. I think he'll be back sooner rather than later. Mm-hmm. And sometimes people just need to take a break. He's been on it for over a decade.
Honestly, if they didn't think that he was going to be back for the play out of this story, which needs him, they would have recast. They have a recast that the fans have already accepted, who has said he would step into the role full time.
Right.
Yeah. They're keeping the role open for Chad.
Yeah.
For a reason.
Exactly. And Chad is fantastic as an actor. So I mean, I hope he does get his stuff together. I am very upset with whoever the producers of State of Mind are. They haven't posted anything to the RSS feed for podcasts recently. It's all up on YouTube, and well,
I think they're just trying to raise the engagement on YouTube to monetize the YouTube better.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's unfortunate that you have to choose. Not everybody has the time to sit in front of something to watch a YouTube show, but
I put it on my hands free and just listen to it. I don't need to actually watch it. I can listen to it just as well, even with the video playing in the background. Same with Stephen Bradford's.
Yeah, I do listen to theirs on the podcast feed because that does come through. But yeah. But anyway,
it's just they put it up on Sunday early, but you can only watch it on Daily Drama.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right, so let's kind of go over because the Michael storyline kind of dominated this week, but we did have other stuff. We did have Sidwell and Lucy having coffee at Bobby's.
Lucy. She's so clueless.
Yeah. So Sidwell just bought Windermere. So whoever the original person was that bought it from Ava, the Cassadines bought it back, or they defaulted on it.
They took it back.
Yeah.
The Cassadines took it back from them, and they sold it, basically.
Yes.
To Sidwell.
Yeah. So now that Sidwell is going to be, living at Windermere or in Port Charles, it's going to be nice to have a full-time villain. Although he's wanted by the WSB and the FBI.
Yeah, and that's my thing. Is that I love the actor.
Oh yeah.
I'm just not sure how he's going to be allowed to just walk free because he's an internationally wanted criminal.
Yes, exactly. He's wanted by the WSB. the WSB knows that he killed the, contractor helicopter pilot.
Right. And he kidnapped Sasha. They were involved in all of that. They have to have evidence. And also, I'm interested to see what his WSB connection is that he got that bomb.
Right. Because it seems to me like every villain has a connection to the WSB in some way, shape, or form.
Unless they're a Cassadine and then they're just, evil on their own.
But it's like Faison had connections to the WSB.
Yeah.
Alex had, obviously, and his twin.
Yeah.
Victor Cassadine ran the WSB.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cyrus didn't have any dealings with WSB, I don't think.
I don't think so, no.
But, but Valentine, who's, not necessarily a villain per se, but he is wanted,
But the Digitalis thing is connected somehow to the WSB. Cyrus with the Digitalis thing is somehow connected to the WSB because the other day, Jack said that was part of their current operation, unless he was lying to her.
I think that's to recruit Jocelyn into the WSB. Because the way that he's first of all, the way that he got that surveillance footage from Rice Plaza about the person, about we know it's Cyrus that, killed Dex or that stabbed Dex.
Mm-hmm.
The way that he said that, he talked to his second in command and she said, well, you can't use that footage for civilian, stuff or whatever. And he's like, no, but we could always give some breadcrumbs.
Right. But he also said that it was part of their. So in Brennan's preview for 2025, it says Brennan is running a long-term operation, one that will have a life-changing impact on a number of residents. So that's. So that's what he said, that it was, so it can't just be recruiting Jocelyn.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's about, that's why I think, I still am not convinced that Dex is actually dead.
Agreed.
I do agree that Brennan is looking at recruiting her.
Yes.
Which will make Carly and Jason crazy.
Yeah.
Although I, absolutely squealed in delight when I saw Joss and Lucky.
Yeah.
I'm like, Spencer power.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. No, Donna, he also spoke of he said that he talked about the incendiary device, and then she asked about the footage from Rice Plaza, and he said that has to do with our current operation.
I thought he was just talking about the current operation, meaning because Joss went to, Brennan.
No, I don't think so. I think that's part of that long, because it says the WSB in that preview, it said the WSB just doesn't put down stakes just anywhere. There's a reason that they're in
Port Charles. Yeah.
So.
I
would also love the twist that Brennan is Dex's dad.
I would. Yes.
I think that could be a great twist too.
I agree.
And that would also explain Brennan's interest in Joss as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's still something shady going on.
Yeah, there's still a lot of stuff that the layers are being built. So you peel back one layer, there's something else completely underneath that.
They haven't released Dex's body for the funeral yet, but his autopsy is complete. They already knew the digitalis is, you know what I mean? It's been complete.
Yeah.
So, there's something shady. There's something, more going on.
So now that, because we saw today, we saw on Friday and then today that it was Cyrus went and injected Michael with digitalis, and his heart started going crazy, and Isaiah was there and gave him the antidote or whatever drug would have counteracted with digitalis. Yes. Now we know it's not Elizabeth.
And that's actually a thing. It is
Yeah.
actually a thing. I
Yeah.
did, when they were first talking about the digitalis, I'm like, "Ooh, is there an antidote to an accidental digitalis overdose?" I swear to God, the FBI would have a real field day with my Google search. Every once in a while, I just out loud go, "I'm a writer. I'm not plotting anything." So hopefully they get it. But yeah, so yeah, Isaiah. I also saw somebody on Twitter today complaining, if Michael could be saved, why couldn't Sam and Dex have been saved? Because they didn't know what they were dealing with. Isaiah already knew there was a problem and was suspicious that somebody was doing it maliciously, so he took the chance and he was right.
But now they know it's not Elizabeth, so that clears Elizabeth.
Right. Which, and I mean, a lot of people were pissed at Portia, but she was actually trying, she suspended Liz to clear Liz.
Yes, exactly.
To show that it wasn't her.
Right. And I have to say, I really like Portia going to Brad today.
Yes.
I like that scene, their conversation where she's like, at this point, I can't believe I'm going to say it, but your penchant for skirting the rules is going to come in handy.
He's like the Liam Neeson character in Taken. I have a particular set of skills.
Yes, exactly.
I don't know if they're done with Pikeman or not, or it might pop back up with Valentin being back. We have not seen the last of Valentin and Charlotte. Right. That's not just Ova. So, I mean, he's still that connection, so we don't know.
Right.
And that could be part of this long-term operation too. Who knows? An incendiary device, that could also be something that Pikeman was involved with.
Yeah, I mean, do you think that Sidwell could be involved with Pikeman?
Possibly. I mean, it was an international, they sold arms internationally. He's an internet, it's absolutely possible. And the things that, I mean, Sonny, it was the plastic explosive, like the worst plastic explosive ever, that Sonny ended up shipping for them.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the, most deadliest explosive, and that could have been the stuff that the bomb was made of in his penthouse.
Possibility.
I mean, it could all tie back in.
Yeah. You're right.
So many possibilities.
There are a lot of possibilities, and there's a lot of different ways that these stories can go. I am giving so much credit to these writers because they're on point. And I'm sorry, but all the haters out there, I'm going to say it once and only once. Fuck you, because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. These writers are fantastic. Mm-hmm. Elizabeth Corte and Chris Van Etten is the team you needed to head this writing team. Because Chris and Dan weren't getting it done. Elizabeth and Patrick brought new life, but Patrick wasn't up to snuff for whatever reason. And then you put you put one old, one new, and you get them together, and these writers are nailing it.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think it's phenomenal.
I can't wait to see what, and I know I read today that because people were talking about, well, why didn't they recast the role of Monica knowing that she was, sick or whatever? She said she wanted the character to die when she died. That's what Leslie Charleston said. She wanted the character of Monica to die when she died. And so let's see how they handle the death of Monica going forward.
Right. And I have no doubt whatsoever that they're going to kill Monica off. None whatsoever. But I think it'll be like, it could be months down the road. I mean, it almost was like they were a little bit touching on working up to it a little bit almost today. They were like laying a groundwork today.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, she had a long illness, so
they could have
forced what they knew was coming.
Yeah.
I would still be surprised if they do like her funeral or her dying, and I would think probably around 6 months down the road.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna wanna. It's they don't have the writer's strike to deal with like they did with Jackie Zeman, but they're gonna want to do it right.
Exactly. You can't just rush.
Forte is going to want to do it. I mean, they did wonderfully with,
Exactly.
and I'd love for them, if they could get Amber Tamblyn back as Emily, and, she could,
right.
walk Monica, I mean, they could do something like that. They could,
Yeah, it's I really feel like it's going to be something good, and they're going to take their time with it. Although I did find it very, I don't know whether it was very cathartic to watch the conversation with Monica, with Tracy and Stella today, and them talking about Monica. It's like just really spooky that we find out she passed away yesterday, and then today they're talking about the character. I did.
And this was originally today's episode was originally supposed to be last Friday's.
Right.
Well, that would have been disconcerting.
Yes, exactly.
To hear all that and then get that news yesterday, that would have been eerie. So God was doing something, making sure we were preempted a day last week for us. So
yeah, exactly. And you're right, Gene. When you are excited to watch the soap come on, it means the story is good. And the story has been great. And I'm going to go one step further. When you're reacting to a character or a story or a relationship, that means it's working.
Right.
If you want to throw your, whatever you're watching on through the window because you're hating something, that means they're doing their job right. And like I said at the very beginning of this episode, Cameron Matheson is playing Drew perfectly. And he's keeping up with the character in the media, saying, "Oh yeah, well, Luke and Laura started on a rape. Drew and Willow are the makings of another super couple." He's keeping kayfabe. He's keeping his character alive,
and that's what he's supposed to do. He had said that he went and he talked to the writers, because like a few months ago he said in an interview that Drew was falling for Nina. Well, obviously the writers took a shift. He said that he went and talked to them to find out Drew's motivations and all of that stuff. So he is selling what they are telling him to sell.
Yeah.
Regardless of what you think about Karen Matheson, as far as a lot of things, I have issues with his GAC stuff, but whatever. Regardless, he is a consummate professional.
He is, absolutely.
And he gives his all, like Laura Wright, he gives his all to the material he is given.
Yeah.
He doesn't say, "Oh my God," he doesn't, he can separate real from real.
Yes.
Not all of the actors can. Not going to name names, but not all of the actors can. He can. Laura Wright can. Steve Burton can. He didn't used to be able to, but now he can. And they, Laura Wright, Karen Matheson, they will play. They don't care about.
I would so, Steve.
I don't think they preempt for that. I mean,
I haven't heard. We haven't heard anything officially. But I mean,
if they're going to do it, it will be in. If they're going to do it, it'll be in Friday's. In Friday's breakdown. So we'll see when Friday's breakdowns come out. They come out Friday.
And you're right,
around showtime.
Just as Evan doing all the interviews when Dex died, they're sticking to the story, and
that's their job.
Yeah, exactly.
Amen, Jeannie. But we keep politics out because we don't agree.
Exactly.
So he's doing his job, and he wasn't saying, like a lot of people are like, "Oh, he was saying they're the next Luke and Laura." No, he wasn't. He was saying that Luke and Laura started really shitty and they became a very popular couple. That was the correlation he was drawing. He was just saying that just because something starts bad on a soap doesn't mean
right.
And Luke and Laura would never fly today. It just wouldn't. But I mean, they redeemed Franco.
Yeah.
They redeemed Rick.
Yeah.
I mean, they redeemed Sonny. I mean, although Sonny's was a long time ago, I'm not sure they'd be able to redeem Sonny now. Um, but so there's a lot of people who can't separate real from real. Cameron can. The fans need to.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody came at Laura Wright the other day because she said that she was so proud of the work they had done. And somebody replied to her and went, "You're proud of Michael burning?" And she replied to them, she went, "Michael is a fictitious character. Michael is not real. I'm proud of the work the actors did in this story."
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, knock it off. Jesus, people.
Yeah, it's just insane the amount of people that just, yeah. No, I like the fact that Laura Wright responds on Twitter, because there's so
I do too.
many people that don't. They either disregard it, they don't check it, or just whatever. But I like the fact that she responds and she defends the genre. She defends the soaps. She defends the entertainment and the separating real
Mhm.
from real. And people, I don't know what it is with people. They can't. I don't know what it is.
Well, it's just the thing about Laura Wright is that she loves the soap genre. She's a
Yeah,
soap watcher. She has been since before she was a soap actress. She truly loves the genre, and it
yeah,
comes through in her support. She watched General Hospital in her dressing room back when she was on Loving, back when she was on Guiding Light.
yeah,
She has been a lifelong soap opera fan, and she
yeah,
continues to be. She's one of the few that watch the whole show.
yeah.
A lot of them don't even
Yeah.
watch what
No,
they filmed.
you're right, because that's something that when you listen to Stephen Bradford's podcast, they don't watch it, and
They don't even, and like
they
a
don't know
lot of
what's
the
going
times,
on.
they haven't even watched, um, their own stuff. They film the scenes, but they don't watch it. Bradford watches more than Steve does.
Yeah,
But Steve will be like, "Oh yeah, how'd that scene turn out?" You were in it, fool. He doesn't
yeah.
care. He doesn't watch himself.
Well, at least I'm not alone, Taiwan. But we do stay away from politics on the show. Um, but I do. Um, it is kind of disheartening um when you're listening to a podcast, and I get it with wrestlers too. Like when something sticks out in your mind as a fan of a specific story or specific scene or a specific match or whatever, and it's like, oh well, I don't remember that. And again, you got to think about it. They're doing hundreds of thousands of, you know, whether it's
Mhm.
matches or scenes or whatever. It's their job.
And that's the thing. This is their job. We watch
Yeah,
it for entertainment. This is their job. I don't remember every single thing I've done every day of every job
right.
I've had.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Who
Yep.
does?
Yeah.
I mean, do you remember everything you did every minute of the day 2
No.
weeks ago at your job, 6 weeks ago at your no.
No.
So why would they?
Right. Exactly.
It's
So, but I mean, coming from a fan standpoint, something that made such an impact on you as a fan, and then
mm,
you listen to your favorite actor, your favorite wrestler, whatever, and it's just like I can't recall that, and it's like, but it was so good,
I know,
like
right?
it was so meaningful.
They're like, well, we're glad you liked it.
But yeah, it is what it is. All right, we spent about an hour talking about Jason and Drew and Carly, and you know,
You can. It's so
exactly.
much.
It is. It's fantastic. There's so much there, and there's just so much that meat on the bone. Um, but we did, we talked about the brief Sidwell and Lucy exchange. Um, how about today with Trina and Kai at the yoga place?
Yeah,
Now,
they were.
they were getting, kind of close to each other, and
Mm-hmm.
and then the other thing is he made a comment about taking yoga to help his mobility on the field and his gracefulness and everything. I mean, yoga is a good exercise for stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I don't know who in hell could hold a 2-minute plank. So I give credit if Stella, to Stella and, and Kai if they really can.
Well, here's the thing: is that like you'd be surprised. A lot of those old ladies at yoga and stuff, they're beasts.
Wow.
They really are. They are beasts. They like it's exhausting just watching them.
Yeah, I would never ever.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I can barely do about a minute plank, but that's my limit.
Yeah.
By the way, I want to thank the 181 people who are currently watching live across all platforms. Ooh. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, get notified, react. Even if you're on Facebook watching, give us a heart, give us a thumbs up. I see a laugh up there, probably from the title of the show. But I want to thank you all, and definitely hit that notification bell and just react to the chat, because it helps with the algorithm. It helps to, get us out in front of the world, in front of other people, on YouTube and Twix and everywhere else that we're seeing. All right. So, let's see. We talked about Tracy and Stella. We talked about Kai and Trina. We talked about Cyrus and Michael, and then all that whole thing. Did we miss it? Oh,
Cody's gonna get himself in trouble.
Who?
Cody.
But it looks like Miss Wu will be coming back soon.
Mm-hmm. Which we knew because she was in the preview. But oh yeah, Cody's gonna get himself in trouble there.
Yeah, with with the sports gambling, sports betting.
Yes, I'm wondering if he's gonna get Kai in trouble inadvertently.
Yeah, you're probably it's a possibility. Definite possibility.
I'm wondering if or if Miss Wu tries to get Kai to give her.
Yeah, to throw the game.
Yeah, or give infight in for me. Who knows? Yeah.
But we got confirmation this week that Brooklyn gave up a baby when she was younger.
Mm-hmm.
And
she does not know that baby is Gio.
No, she does not know. Dante doesn't know.
Her mama knows.
Yeah, Lois knows, absolutely. Dante doesn't know that she even had a kid. I don't think Dante even knew that she was pregnant.
Nope.
No. Or maybe she told him that she had an abortion or something to that effect, because they still tease that he knew something about back at camp. Maybe it was just that he got her pregnant.
I think it was just that I don't even think that. I think it was just that they were sleeping together.
Oh.
I think it was just that. They didn't want anybody to know that. I think that it's going to be that simple. So definitely we'll see. I mean, but I think that's what it's going to be.
Possibility. Also, for you folks that are currently watching that are wrestling fans, tune in tonight at about 11:15 p.m. right on these same networks, and we'll have our Raw rundown after Monday Night Raw on Netflix. That's currently on. It'll go ahead and watch that 11:15. I'm going to try to stay up as well to make it and be on that episode tonight. Catching up with chat, Gene says, I remember once Deidre Hall saying once she tapes an episode, she forgets it because she has the next one to learn, which makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Taiwan says, take it to a murder. They changed it to a murder. She changed it to a murder to a baby in 1996. I'm assuming that's the secret they were supposedly thinking about, or supposedly holding. because Brooklyn wasn't even involved in it when Cody and Dante first started.
Yeah, I think they dropped the secret part of it, the Dante and Cody secret. I don't ever think it was going to be a murder. I think it was going to be something stupid. Dante had done something. Cody had taken the rap or something. It was going to be something like that. It wasn't going to be murder though. They weren't turning Dante into a murderer.
No,
that wasn't going to be it. It was going to be something stupid that Cody took the rap for to whatever. But that's days past.
Yeah, a lot of days passed.
Yes.
We did have a good scene today with Lulu and Laura.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed how Laura told Lulu, "Listen, you have a strong will. You're stubborn. And Charlotte's going to be stubborn too. Um, and she's like, but I'm going to tell you, Dante was right, did the right thing coming after you.
Yeah.
Which spooked Valentine and the whole thing. Because she posed the question, she's like, what would have happened if that shot did kill Valentine?
And Lulu's just like, well, Charlotte would have been coming home with me then, huh?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, but sad anyway.
Yeah.
Lulu's like, I have no love lost for that man.
Right. So, I mean, we know that's not the end of Charlotte and Valentine, and I can't. They'll be back, relatively soon. Martin and Cyrus. So Portia bans Cyrus from the hospital and says she's going to call the, ministry that he's working for and say that he can no longer come there. And he goes to Martin and says, "Can't you do anything?"
Yeah. And Martin's just like, no, convicted felon.
Yeah, exactly. But you would also think that the GH would beef up security to know that they have some kind of, murderer going around injecting digitalis, that everybody would be checked and rechecked and checked again upon
and and Michael would be in a clean room,
right,
which would be very secure. They're not just anybody can go into those.
Right, exactly.
There's not even usually access to the ICU openly.
Right, exactly.
But
it's a soap. You got to suspend your disbelief.
Absolutely. We're suspending, baby. We're suspending.
Oh yes, we have suspenders like Urkel right now.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think that was about it. Did we miss anything? We did see a brief scene with Rick and Alexis.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
they have the amazing hater chemistry. If we don't get at least hate sex from them, I'm going to be so disappointed. I want them to just have that one crazy night and them just look at each other in the morning and just be like, oh my God, what did I do? Both of them. And they go their separate ways. That would just be great. That would just be hysterical.
JJ, welcome to the chat. He does say
I knew that was as soon as I saw the word preposterous, I was like, oh my God, Jay's here. Yes, Jay loves the word preposterous.
I'm glad where we're headed. I am glad to. Mm-hmm. I'm liking where we're headed. I like the soapiness of it. Just absolutely phenomenal.
So soapy.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah. And I just they got to unleash my girl. The fact that she could not smack the taste out of Drew's mouth really pissed me off, but she was also in, she's just in a really bad spot and she needs to smack the taste. Yeah, I mean, the list of who she needs to smack at this point: Drew, Willow, Sonny. After today, worst negotiator ever. But thank God Jason is back for her tomorrow.
But see, here's the thing. There's a court order.
Right.
So what is Sonny going to go to the judge or have Diane go to the judge and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, we changed our mind"?
And I mean, I can't imagine. I don't understand why Sonny didn't get immediately on the phone to Diane and go, "Listen, get this whole medical proxy taken away from Willow. They're legally separated. Michael filed for divorce. How do we not do that?
Right.
But Jason has an idea for Carly tomorrow, so I am hoping. And they showed Willow's talking with Wiley at the gatehouse tomorrow. So I'm also hoping that Tracy doesn't let her take him.
Yeah. I hope
that Tracy's just like, yeah, no, absolutely not.
Yeah. I want to see this. I want to see how it plays out.
Yeah.
Let's see. So got that going tomorrow. And
it's going to be a good week.
It is. Joss laying the verbal smackdown on Willow.
Ooh,
I loved it.
That was delicious.
Oh my God.
It was reminiscent of when Lulu did it to Liz at the nurse's station after she found out about Nick and Liz. But the whole lion skank. And then, you're just like your mother. Just like, why? Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, to Joss, that's a compliment.
I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And Willow's like, oh, Joss, I thought you of all people would be able to empathize with me and understand where that relationships are difficult. And
here's my thing. I was sitting there, I was just like, she did not just, and I know I see so many people going, Joss is a hypocrite. She doesn't have a right to say anything. Well, one, nobody on this show, everybody's a hypocrite. Yep. I didn't see anybody complaining that Monica didn't have the right to say anything to Carly because she had cheated on Alan multiple times and tried to kill him and this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
Or that Bobby didn't have any right to say anything to Carly. And second of all, Joss cheated on her high school boyfriend, broke up with him the very next day. She had also tried to break up with him before she cheated.
Yeah.
But whatever, that is what it is. Willow is a married woman with 2 children who slept with her husband's uncle after conducting a months-long emotional affair with him that included kissing him a couple times.
Yeah.
They are not the same. And even if they are the same, this is Jocelyn's brother. Period. Yeah. End of story.
Yep. Yeah. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I enjoyed it. And it's just so good. Mm-hmm. We also, speaking of Joss, we also saw Joss find Dex's gun
yes. Well, I was sitting there going, I hope Joss has that gun in her purse right now. Shoot them. Shoot them both in the head. Shoot Willow and Nina and end this, Jocelyn.
Well, it's in a box on the way to.
I know.
On the way to Trina's apartment. And I think that's going to be Joss's internal conflict of should I go for revenge? Because that's where Dex and Joss first met. Because Dex was taking out, Sonny's revenge on somebody.
Yeah, the reporter, right?
Yeah.
The reporter with Sasha, yeah.
So, now the tables are turned.
Donna, I loved that line from Joss. Michael's night. I know, I'm looking at one. That was just, that's her brother. What are you expecting?
Exactly.
And Joss had just found out that Willow had been, and she was emotional. Yeah, you're right. The way Monica used to go at Carly, you would think that she was the perfect wife. Just like the way people go at Carly about AJ.
Yeah.
You'd think that he was just an angel before she got her hands on him. So many people go, Carly deserves karma for what she did to Bobby and AJ. And I always say, did you ever stop to think that maybe Carly was their karma for all the dirt they did before she ever came to town?
Right.
People need to take some more strolls down memory lane.
And we will end it on that.
Yeah.
Either way, folks, 196 people watching live. Thank you so much. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, get notified, react to the chat. hit that notification bell, and just go ahead and help us get to a bigger audience. We'll be back live next Monday, the 20th of January.
Yes.
Who would have thought that January 2025 is already half over?
And we are coming back with Studio City soon. I'm arranging a couple of interviews with some of the actors for us to do before we hop into season 2. So stay tuned. Those will be coming at you.
Yeah, exactly. But I want to thank the chat. As always, fantastic. And, if you are watching out in California, please be safe. Again, we do.
Please.
And, there are multiple ads for the organizations that'll help with the rescue relief efforts. Go with the American Red Cross.
Yeah, on that note, Cameron Matheson made a video, which is sad that he had to do that in these times, that somebody was using his pictures to do a GoFundMe. It is not him. It is not his family. Please be very, very, very careful about who you donate to.
Yes.
To know that it's not, that you know that it's not a scam. American Red Cross, also the animal rescues out there need all the help they can get too. So don't forget about the furry friends.
Furry friends, but definitely make sure that they're legitimate. I would say, do a good search before anything. Don't go through Facebook.
And if you have any questions about if an actor thing is legit, you can always reach out to one of us, because we have access to the PRs at the show who can confirm things like that, so you don't get scammed.
Exactly.
So please, please, please be careful. There are so many freaking scammers out there. It's disgusting.
It is. Yeah. Oh, speaking of, not a scam, but congratulations to Steve Burton and his now fiance on getting engaged. So for all those people that get DMs from Steve Burton on Facebook, he is taken. He's not interested in you.
He was never DMing you. That was never a thing that was happening.
There was actually somebody in somewhere, I forget what, but of course it was a scammer. He thought he was actually talking. It was an older guy. He thought he was talking to Alexa Bliss, WWE superstar, and that even though she's married to Ryan Cabrera, but he thought he was chatting with her and ended up giving this person money from his savings account and ended up depleting his savings account. And the scammers are like nowhere to be found, and you can't, pinpoint a location, or so be careful with scams. You see them all the time. Just,
these actors will never actually ask you for money.
They don't need money.
They don't need your money. They're not asking you for money.
Exactly.
So
thank you, Quiet Star. It was a good show tonight. I appreciate everybody joining into the chat. Again, if you want to get a shirt like this of any of or shirt in general, go to creationsbywrist.com or look them up on Facebook. They're local to Connecticut, but they ship as well. So Creations by Riss, RISS. They did make the Dr. F Inside shirts for me. But if you want to get stuff for our merch, go to sudssquarecircle.threadless.com. That's our official merch store. Or if you are a wrestling fan, we are an official affiliate of WWE Shop. Go to suds-media.com/wrestling merch and use that link to help us get a commission. And if you want,
I'm like, you can do it, Vin. You can do it. Come on, spit it out.
And again, if you want to help us to present Laura Wright with our Lifetime Achievement Award, go to buymeacoffee.com/Suds Media. Help us out. And if you do donate and help us out, your name will be in the thank you card that we give her on that morning, I should say. So, again, buymeacoffee.com/Suds Media to donate. All right. With that said, again, thank you to the 196 people watching live. Hit that notification bell. Angela, have a great week.
You too.
Let me know when you want to do another Angela Answers fan mail.
Yeah, we can probably plan one of those for early next week, I would think. Yeah.
All right, sounds
Get that
good.
up next week. That'll be great. I have I have a lot of grievances with you people, and you're gonna hear about them.
And if you want it early and ad free, go over to patreon.com/Suds and Squared Circle. Sign up $5 a month. Get everything early and ad free that's pre-recorded. And thank you so much. So we will see you next week on the 20th. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye.